Okay, we're on.
Okay, welcome back to it's week 5 for the legislative session. This is our media briefing today and access through the internet, through live streaming. So we welcome those who are viewing us over the internet. Today I have some young women in business from the Sandy Chamber who have been here today watching the legislative process, and we want to welcome them. Looks like we're getting a view of them now, so that's great. They're smiling, that's good. We will go directly into questions. This is a big week for us. There are a lot of big bills on the board, and we've already had some robust debate this morning on transparenting railroad employees, and we have also Senator Osmond here if you have any questions on his bill. Questions from the media?
Are you talking about the Golden Retriever bill?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
The new state dog.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised how controversial that was on the floor today.
Yeah, I think everybody has a different idea about which dog should be the
Clearly
state
there's
dog.
some strong opinions about animals.
I'll take a rat terrier.
I could have voted for it if it was not a shelter dog.
I'll add that descriptive language, Senator.
Lee, do you have something?
Senator Osmond,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
can you speak to the conversation you had over the weekend about SAGE testing with Senator Stevenson?
Sure. So I think that this was a reflection of the concern, the mounting concern that we're hearing from both parents and many teachers about the burden that SAGE testing has become in our education system. And I want to be really clear on this, that we are not suggesting that testing isn't important, that we don't have testing, that we don't need to know where our students are from an academic perspective. But the sheer amount of testing that we're doing right now relative to SAGE and the challenges that we've had with the SAGE testing tool have created a lot of concern in the state. So our recommendation is to the state board to let's take a look at this issue. Let's be really serious about it. We're having technical challenges with SAGE in some areas. We're having access to lab challenges where the labs, our computer labs in our schools are literally booked from now until the end of the year for the sole purpose of testing. So we have to see what's going on and really assess whether or not this makes sense long term. But we recommended a possible alternative solution, but at the end of the day, we're calling on the State Board of Education to really look at the issue, and we recommend that they come up with a different approach if they can, or fix the one we've got so that we don't have this continuous burden on our education system in the state.
What could be a better
Is there a possibility of
approach?
opening a bill file this session?
No, there will be no bill file that I'm going to be opening. It's possible that others may, but my interest in this is simply to say to the Board of Education, we have a problem, let's focus on it.
It's
What do you
really a
think could be-
decision of the board,
It is.
not the legislature.
Yeah.
What do you think could be a better approach?
Well, I think that the real question we have is, from a technical perspective, the computer-based adaptive testing, which I fully believe in, the importance of this kind of testing, the frequency of that testing, and the number of topics that we're trying to cover right now is the question. So I think this, as the President mentioned, this is an issue for the State Board of Education, and one alternative approach is to limit the amount of testing that we're doing. Another alternative is to look at different tools that we could utilize to replace the testing that we have, because we have had some technical challenges and issues with implementation of SAGE. But I really believe strongly that it's the State Board of Education's responsibility, and we're just calling attention to the fact.
How do education officials, have you had a discussion with them about this?
I have, and the response from many of the board members is, Senator, we appreciate your concern. We recognize the issues that you're talking about, but we need to do some more research, and we need to be very careful about this. We've literally spent millions of dollars on this testing infrastructure, so we can't just pick it up and throw it out. We have to make sure that we know what we're doing, and we plan in partnership with the rest of the state board members. So there's a recognition of the challenge and the issues. There's a desire to talk about it by the state board, and they're hearing not just from legislators, they're hearing from parents and educators across the state about their concerns. But I think if I could summarize the feedback from them, it's been, let's not throw it out. Let's fix and improve. Let's move forward with a better technical solution and a better cadence in how we do testing so that we can achieve the goal but not cause so much problem.
So is the major concern that it's just not an accurate assessment?
Well, there's that. Plus, there are actual technical challenges that they've had with the bill, with the SAGE testing system. There have been challenges with school districts unable to access the system or the infrastructure, networking problems, etc. And then there's the simple issue of scheduling. It's very difficult. As I mentioned, many of the schools have their labs scheduled literally from now until the end of the year just doing testing. So we're taking time away from instruction. time away from learning. And teachers are quite consumed in preparing kids for the test. So I think that's the combination of the issues that we're hearing that are rolling up from across the state.
Looks like
Lee?
we may have a count by vote bill come up this afternoon.
Very likely.
Anything new in the whole issue, or?
No, we'll see what the vote count is when that bill comes up. There'll be, I think, some debate about that. Senator Robles, I don't know what,
We
you
have Senator
have a
Jenkins.
position from the minority
No,
caucus?
Not as a caucus, we tend not to take positions, but we discussed that, and Senator Jenkins brought some concerns to the attention of the caucus, but the vast majority of us will be supporting the compromise that took place last year. Would be surprised if all of us are in the same page.
Jenkins just told me he's going to circle it for tomorrow. Have you not heard anything about that?
I haven't heard that. That might be the case, so. At least we'll come up for second reading today. Whether
That's
we
progress.
circle it or debate it, I guess that will be seen. To be seen. Any other questions? Any of our viewers have questions? Okay, thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks to the